Having a smart lock in your home is an absolute game changer. And as somebody that uses HomeKit to control and automate my entire smart home, having a smart lock that works well in Apple Home is a must. So today I partner with Thorbolt to show you some of the solutions that they have available that will allow you to make pretty much any door in your home smart. Not only that, but these two locks are probably the most affordable smart locks you'll find that support Apple Home. My name is Shane and this channel is all about helping you build an easy Apple Home smart home with new videos and live streams every week. Thorbolt currently offers two smart locks that support Apple Home. We've got the MK1 Smart Doorknob and their newest lock, the X1 Deadbolt Smart Lock. Now what's nice about Thorbolt is that they have options here for both latch style and deadbolt locks at very reasonable prices. I've been using the MK1 doorknob for a while now. I've been using one on my bedroom door and have been loving it. It's the first time I've been able to actually have a smart lock on my bedroom door. Now, there's no Apple HomeKey support for this one, but it has a fingerprint sensor and a keypad that you can use to unlock the door. And of course, Apple Home support, so I can unlock the door from anywhere right in the Apple Home app or through my automations. And you can also use your Apple voice assistant. Lock the bedroom door. I actually made a whole video about this lock and that installation, so I'm not going to dive too deep into that one today. Be sure to check out that video after this one if you want more of the setup and the details there. Instead, I'd like to discuss their newest lock, the X1 Deadbolt Smart Lock that does have HomeKey support. Now, just like the MK1 doorknob, this lock connects to your smart home via Thread. Thread is a wireless mesh protocol that's great for smart home devices. All you need to connect one of these locks is an Apple Home hub in your house, like a HomePod, HomePod Mini, or a compatible Apple TV. They come in a few different color options. Black, space gray, and silver is what's available on Amazon at the time of this recording. And that color is basically referring to the outer border of the lock. The entire face is black on all of them, but it is nice to have the different color accents around the border there to match your existing hardware. The installation is very simple. Basically just attach the front of the lock to the mounting bracket on the back side of the door. Feed your wires through so you can connect the back side of the lock and then screw the back into the mounting bracket. Now this lock does require 8 AA batteries. That honestly is a lot of batteries, but Thorbolt says we'll get at least a full year before having to change these batteries. Now I've not had it long enough to test that claim, but I can say as somebody who has changed a lot of batteries on other smart locks, I honestly don't really mind the 8 batteries if it means I have to change them less often. I'd rather have to change out 8 batteries every 1 to 2 years than, 4 batteries every 4 to 6 months or so. So we'll see how that holds up. And unfortunately, the batteries aren't included in the box, but they do provide you with this little support card with instructions to complete, and they will send you a set of batteries. You can set up the lock in the SleekPoint app. SleekPoint is the parent company of Thorbolt. Hold the little reset button that's under the battery cover and just follow the prompt in the app. The lock supports Apple HomeKey, access codes, and guest access. And that's it for the setup. You can see the lock has been added to my Apple Home. Now from here, you can access the lock in the SleekPoint app or Apple Home. You do have to use the SleekPoint app to set up your fingerprint since Apple Home doesn't currently support that functionality. You can also set up additional fingerprints or PIN codes here, giving other users unlimited access, limited access, which would be like, only on certain days or between certain times, or you can set up one-time access codes here. You can configure up to 50 users, supporting up to 100 passcodes and 100 fingerprints. You can set up the auto lock for up to 3 minutes. You also have some settings to lock out the keypad after a number of failed attempts, adjust the keypad sensitivity, turn on anti-cheat passwords, and you can even turn off certain features to extend the battery life. For example, you can turn off the fingerprint sensor if you plan to only use Apple HomeKey or vice versa. A tap on the keypad will light it up. Pressing the lock icon will lock it from the outside, or you can use the fingerprint sensor to lock it. To unlock it, you have some options. Of course, we have the keypad and the fingerprint scanner. Both of these methods I found to be extremely fast and reliable. If your fingers are real wet or dirty, the fingerprint sensor or scanner may not work as expected. That's kind of the case with all the fingerprint locks that I've tried. So at least we do have the keypad as a backup option. And of course, we also have Apple HomeKey. This allows you to simply tap your iPhone or your Apple Watch to unlock it. It works really well, very fast and reliable, as HomeKey usually does. Personally, I'll probably be using the fingerprint sensor like 95% of the time, just because it's so convenient and fast, but having HomeKey support is always a nice bonus. And just like with the Thorbolt doorknob, you can control the X1 in the Apple Home app, your automations, or your voice assistant. Now, if you do like to kick it old school, you can even use a physical key. You press the tab on the front to access the hidden keyhole. You can use the physical keys that came with the lock, or you can have it rekeyed to match your existing keys. The cylinder built into the X1 is compatible with Schlage SC1 cylinders. There's also a USB-C port here for emergency power. Say the batteries die and you don't have a physical key with you either, you can plug in a USB power bank here for enough power to unlock the door and get inside. The X1 does not support Matter or other smart home ecosystems, and the same thing applies with the MK1 Smart Doorknob. These products are made specifically for Apple Home users, but it is really nice to have an option for a latch style lock that you can use for your interior doors like home offices, closets, or bedrooms, and have a great affordable deadbolt option for your exterior doors with Apple HomeKey. I wish they had an option built into the app to link multiple locks together so you could use both the MK1 and the X1 on the same door. It would be a nice option to have, one unlock and the other unlocks instantly. Maybe that's something they'll consider adding through a future firmware update. Usually when I'm using a smart deadbolt like the X1, I just don't use the lock on my doorknob, but it would be a cool option to be able to link them together so you could use both the doorknob lock and the deadbolt lock on the same door. I think some people would utilize that. Now, of course, you can build out simple automations in the Home app to accomplish the same thing. There is a slight delay for the second lock though if you do this. It's not terrible. It's only about 3 seconds or so. So if you're willing to live with that little delay, you could definitely set something like that up and have both of these locks kind of work together. Maybe the best thing of all with both of these locks is the price. You get all those features in the Thorbolt X1, including Apple HomeKey support for only about 130 bucks. And you can get the MK1 Smart Doorknob for under $90 right now on Amazon. I'll put affiliate links down below in the description for both of them if you're interested. I think either of these locks is a great bang for your buck if you're in the Apple Home ecosystem. I love that they use Thread to connect to your smart home. The MK1 is the only smart doorknob that I know of like it that supports Apple Home, and the X1 is probably the most affordable smart lock with Apple Home and HomeKey support out there on the market right now. Let me know in the comments what's your preferred method of unlocking your door. Is it HomeKey, fingerprints, passcodes, or something else? I think for me, I probably got to go with fingerprints. It's just so fast and easy. But of course, Apple HomeKey is a nice backup. Let me know what you think. If you want to watch the full video where I made installing and setting up the MK1 Smart Doorknob, check out the video linked right over here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.